The Starfield showcase has apparently got more work to do, and it's not coming up anytime soon, or maybe they just have more work to do. I actually think this is a positive thing. I see people running with this comment from the community manager of Bethesda in a Discord, and they're like, oh, they've got more work to do. What is going on with this game? And I actually think this is good news for the showcase. I'm going to outline all the reasons why. I'm actually going to talk about what I think they're planning on doing according to some of the things we've seen and heard. I'm going to look at the comments from the community manager. I'm going to put all of the good information right here at the beginning of the video so you don't have to go looking for it. That way you are able to enjoy my commentary, thoughts, or insights, or whatever you want to say. You can leave in a comment below, or make sure you hit subscribe and the bell button. That way you don't miss my live shows. So if you are not aware, okay, I am going to argue that I think the showcase will now be far bigger and better than what we were expecting. But before I do that, I want to give you a bit of a recap. A very simple Discord statement from a Bethesda community manager has been combed over. There's videos, there's blogs, like everyone's like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I guess they're not ready to come out. So this very, very simple Discord statement from a CM has led to lots of videos and blogs. And I actually think if you consider the timeline, the delay of the game, the lack of marketing right now, they've kind of gone quiet. They were doing those Q&A videos and then they stopped. I actually think we can conclude some things about the incoming showcase, okay? Now, according to thegamer.com, it looks like the Starfield showcase is still some time away, as Bethesda's community manager has said that the team is, quote, still sorting stuff out for it on the game's official Discord server. Now, many were hoping that the showcase was going to be landing soon after the January showcase. They kind of thought that January Developer Direct was a sign that we would be hearing about Starfield, or at least the Starfield showcase, in February or in the near future after. It's like, okay, Xbox is starting to talk. Here we go. Let's go. Now, there's still a chance that might happen, right? We've got time in February. According to thegamer.com, many hope the showcase would be sometime this month in February. It seems that we might be waiting for a while longer, as Bethesda's community manager, Robert O'Neill, has revealed that the team still has some work to do before the showcase is released. So what's the exact quote? What's the direct quote from the CM? He says, quote, "We'll have more info to share on the showcase when it's ready to be. Still sorting stuff out for it. I know that's not the answer you want, but nothing specific is being withheld." The last line about nothing specific being withheld was interesting to me. I don't want to overanalyze it, but I think maybe he's saying, like, listen, we're not holding anything back right now. We're not being quiet, to be withholding. We're not doing it, to keep things from you. I do think that people maybe think that's what's going on. They think, oh, there's problems with the game. There's issues, like, oh my goodness, what is happening? Now, thegamer.com thinks the showcase is actually coming before the summer Xbox event. They said, "We do know that Microsoft is planning on hosting an event in LA this summer, which means that a Starfield presentation would very likely be before that." And I actually think there's a couple of options there. I don't think it has to be before June. I think people are assuming that it will be before June, and I think it makes good sense. And I think the gamers' reasoning is sound. They said, listen, the summer conference will likely be showing Xbox's slate of games for the rest of 2023 and beyond. Well, that's assuming that Starfield's not a part of that group, right? That Starfield's not in the second half of 2023. We're hoping they make good on that June date. The June placeholder date on GOG was apparently addressed, and they said that it was a mistake and it doesn't mean anything. So I couldn't find confirmation of that, but that's what I heard. I don't think that date was rock solid either, but it was making everybody say, oh, maybe they are trying to get it out in June. I think it was a mistake, to be quite honest. Now, the big thing to consider is that there were likely tons of marketing materials and B-roll and footage that were either being made or was ready to go for the lead up to the original November release date. You have to remember that they came out in June of 2022, finally show us the game, and it was supposed to be coming in November, and like a month before that, or maybe a week or two before the showcase, they're like, oh yeah, we have to delay the game. Well, typically when you're going to get ready to do your marketing ramp up, you've got things done. You handed things to a marketing company. You had them come up with social pushes, Instagram videos, all of that. And we didn't see any of that. They obviously kind of went quiet outside of like 2 Q&A videos. Now, I don't think the big gameplay showcase that summer would then just have zero plans for follow-up marketing, and it actually leads me to theorize that we can make some solid predictions about this showcase. I was kind of holding off, like, when do I want to make a predictions video? Like, what are we going to see in this showcase, right? Obviously, gameplay, that's not a hard prediction to make. But first, I want to say this. With respect to when they do it, I actually think they will be using the private press event in March to advertise the showcase. They're going to get the press together. They're going to be like, all right, here you go. We're going to give you guys some new footage. We're going to give you some new B-roll to use in your videos. And we want you guys to know that the showcase is on this date and this time, okay? After this much time, I don't think they're just going to like tweet about the showcase or announce it with a blog or a video. I think this private press event in March is designed to get things up and running, okay? Leveraging the press with new footage, maybe some new tidbits of info, and even a date for the showcase, I think will then build up the hype and the excitement about it. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that the showcase lands before June, but I think if my prediction is correct and they use this thing in March, it really increases the likelihood they're not going to wait all the way until June to talk to us. I do think that would be weird to wait that long to like draw everybody's attention to it. Well, they kind of had to, right? When they did the January Developer Direct, they kind of had to speak about the elephant in the room and say, hey, oh yeah, by the way, we're not going to be talking about Starfield, and oh yeah, Starfield's going to get its own showcase. So I think they kind of had to address that, but then making everybody wait till June would be a pretty long time. I would imagine that they would either use March to trickle things out each week to the lead up, because the March press event is apparently early March. They would use sort of the rest of March to trickle things out leading up to the showcase. So the showcase is either going to be like late March or early April. And then that gives them a 4, maybe 3 to 4 month marketing lead up to the June release date. I still have significant doubts this game is coming in June, but let's just imagine that that's what they're doing, right? We know that Todd likes a short marketing window. He said, 5 months is the sweet spot. He'd go as short as 2 weeks if he could. He's being hyperbolic. So shrinking the marketing window down from 5 months to 3 or 4 months, I think is in line with things that Todd Howard has said. So I think that's likely what we're looking at is the March. They start talking to the press. They announce a showcase. The showcase lands sometime in March or April, and then the game lands in June. Now, keep in mind, they could still be pushing this thing to the second half of the year, and the showcase might highlight that. They might say, hey, tune in to the Xbox Bethesda showcase in June for a deeper dive or something to that effect. I do think there's still a possibility for that. Okay, the second thing I want to say is, I actually think the fact that they don't have everything ready for the showcase is a good sign. I'm not trying to be hot take Johnny here or be like controversial, but like everybody was running with this headline like it was a negative thing. I'm like, wait, hang on a minute. Like, this means new marketing materials, new footage, new B-roll, that's being worked on. They're making sure it's a substantive show. At one level leading up to this, I was really worried they were going to make us wait all this time and it was going to be a bunch of like saved footage and B-roll that was supposed to be used like last year, right? The lack of a showcase date and the lack of clarity on when and the need for more work is honestly a better sign than a bad sign. It's not like, oh gosh, what's going on? It probably means they're putting a lot of work into this showcase, and they should. They really need to build confidence in the public right now, right? The hope would be, if I am right, and they are needing to make new B-roll and new footage, that significant progress has been made on the game with respect to polish and preparation, right? That would be the hope, is, hey, we can't use any of that old footage. We can't use any of that old stuff. That we got new stuff now, right? We've made good progress on the game. There were rumors that they had hit some significant milestones with the game, and I would hope that would lead to much better footage and things to show at the showcase. The third thing I want to say is if the showcase is mediocre or we have to wait until June for the showcase, I think the hype and the excitement about the game will reach new lows. I think people will get very irritated. They'll be like, what is going on? Why are we having to wait this long just to see more gameplay, just to hear more about the dadgum video game, right? The speculation that they might wait until June actually is one that I have made. I thought, I think they're going to wait till June. June would be a huge month for marketing. That's all you'd be hearing about, right? But you have to remember that June is jam-packed, right? If you do the showcase in June and you launch the game in June, you might be trying to sort of take over the news cycle, but I really think that's a dangerous decision to make, to be quite honest. A June showcase would allow them to have that steady stream of marketing between, the game and the launch, but it would be really fast. It would almost be rapid, and if they do it earlier in the year, like I've said, March or April, that would give them ample time to really whet everybody's appetite. June has Diablo 4, it has Final Fantasy 16, it has Street Fighter, then there's the ESO expansion. I can't think Bethesda wants to start stepping on its own content. Like the people that play ESO, a lot of them are going to want to play Starfield, right? If you like Bethesda's RPGs, if you like their stuff, well, it's ZeniMax. Well, it's Elder Scrolls, okay? You can't convince me there's not a significant portion of people that play ESO that would be looking to play Starfield. If I'm Bethesda, I don't want to launch all my stuff in 1 month. I don't think that's a good idea. So my conclusion is this. The longer that people wait, the greater the expectations will rise. But I do think we're going to get a better showcase than just recycled info or B-rolls or old footage. At first, I thought maybe those Q&A videos that they did like 2 of them on the Bethesda YouTube channel. I thought those were essentially going to be what we were sort of going to get up until the showcase or up until release. They're just taking a bunch of stuff that was recorded a while ago and they're just going to trickle it out, because they don't really have anything new. They're just going to use the stuff they already made, okay? They may continue to use those Q&A videos on an every other month rhythm. They seem to land 2 weeks into the month, and they would wait a month, right? They did October, then they skipped November, then they did December, then they skipped January. So we were sort of owed a video in February, if that rhythm is a rhythm, right? It was two videos. But if that was their intentions, if that was their plans, well, then we're owed a video in February. But I don't think they're going to do a video in February because everybody will be like, what are you doing? We want to hear about the showcase, man. When's your game releasing? We don't want to see some Q&A, okay? Now, they may continue to use those little Q&A sit-downs after the showcase as another way of just keeping their game in the press and on all of our minds. I would like to see those return. I like them. I thought they were enjoyable. My favorite one was the one about dialogue. It kind of gave me a lot of hopes and insights into like, okay, this could be a pretty significant RPG historically. Like, dialogue systems haven't really gone anywhere. If you've played a lot of the dialogue-based games that are out there, they're all fine, but they've sort of stayed put to a certain degree, okay? For now, we can only wait. But rather than see the headline of still needing time to sort stuff out as a negative thing, I see it as a positive. For the showcase, I think it means we're going to get more substance, more content, more footage, not a bunch of recycled stuff, and I want to know what you think. So, leave a comment below or start talking in the chat. Where do you land on this? Everybody watching over on the Tickety Talk, thank you so much for watching over there. Thank you for 3,000 likes. Everybody watching over here on YouTube, already 100 likes, closing in on 400 viewers already. We got a full day for you. I'm going to be debating the Game Pass situation with 30 and Still Gaming, as well as with Doc Dark, one of our first guests on a Friday. I wouldn't consider Ginger a guest. He was a co-host, so this is going to be our first guest. And if you want to see that show, you're going to have to make sure you watch on YouTube, those of you that are over on the Tickety Talk. And so I took this as a positive. For the longest time, I thought, man, they're just going to give us all the stuff that was intended for last year, right? Oops, that's yesterday. Oh, gosh, you guys crushed it yesterday. There we go. There we go. Who wants to be the first member? Who wants to be the first coffee order? We are very close to 2,100 members. If we get to 2,500, that's the triple header horror weekend, and then 3,000 is a Just Dance stream. I do not want to do a Just Dance stream. That's why I bumped that goal compared to the last time. Yeah, Doc Dark 1985. Yeah, he's going to be on the show, so you're going to want to make sure you watch on YouTube for that. That'll be our second show of the day. Bethesda will cut content to sell back to you as a DLC. Don't believe me? Look at 76. I don't think they're going to follow any of the decision patterns that they did with Fallout 76 for this game. Parasito says, Chad, get your coffee. I'm drinking some Frickmas right now, and it's great. Thank you very much, Parasito, for that endorsement. Guys, we are doing a big sale on our holiday blend. Make sure and use code GETFRICKED, and you'll get 20% off your coffee, your holiday blend coffee. So get fricked in February. We're trying to move through that holiday blend inventory, so we're giving you a pretty big savings there. Morning, sir. Yo, what's good? Good to see you. Feed in the chat. Always good to see you. How long until they make people lose interest? I mean, that's always the question, Hellish Smoker. That's always the question. Like, we can only watch this video so many times, okay? We can only watch this ship land so many times before people are like, bruh, I need something new. Well, was there a date for the showcase? No. So what happened was, Eugene, we had on the dry erase board that at some point I wanted to do a video about my showcase predictions, okay? The CM from Bethesda says in their Discord that they're gonna announce it, not, once they have all the info together, and they still have stuff to sort out. And everybody was running this as like a negative thing. And I was like, I don't think this is a negative thing at all. I think this is a good thing. I think the fact that they're not announcing it, that they still have stuff to sort out, means the showcase is going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty substantive. I was worried they were just messing around, like, oh yeah, we're just going to trickle this out, we're going to move stuff back, and then they're just going to use, I mean, they probably have B-roll and footage from last year that they're just not using, because it's probably not very good. Like, this stuff didn't go over that well for them. This footage didn't do all that. It didn't do all that hot for them. You're pinning comments for me over here. Nice shirt. Where'd you get it? Oh, if you like my Wolverine shirt, thank you, Goddess, for trying to draw my attention to that. This is from 80s Tees. I'll give the YouTube guys a full look. The classic Wolverine. This is from 80stees.com, and you can use my code over there and get 30% off. Use code Lono. We are partnered with 80stees.com. What time is the second show? Around noon Eastern. Right at noon. Probably good for the showcase, not good for the people thinking that the game is coming anytime soon. So, Eugene, do you think that this is an indication that the game's not coming in June? It's not going to make the first half? Right? I still think this thing is coming 10/10/23, man. That's my date. Nice t-shirt, bub. Yeah, that's right. Nice t-shirt, bub. I could smell you from a mile away. Freaking Wolverine in this show. I'm not going to watch IGN Fan Fest. I mean, I'll try to catch the recaps and stuff. We'll cover it next week. I don't like streaming on the weekends unless I have to. What time are you and Doc getting together? Noon Eastern in about 2 hours. But we got Starfield to talk about. I agree, 10/10/23 sounds more reasonable. Lono Stradamus predicts SDO with a 2-spot. Concern on delay is second half of 23 has Spider-Man 2. Yeah, but Spider-Man 2 is probably going to be a November release date, right? I picked up Hogwarts on the PS5, been playing it in the evenings with the missus, and she loves it. Yeah, we played last night. We each had our own TV. It was so fun. 7/7/23 is better than 10/10/23. So you think Starfield wants to drop the day after Diablo 4? You think that's a good idea? I don't know about that. Any plans for K-Cups? No, zero plans for K-Cups. You can use reusable K-Cups. Buy them at Amazon. I have a K-Cups command. And then you can buy my coffee and save tons of money. I would never order a skid of K-Cups. I wouldn't do that. Wrong month. Oh, I'm sorry. It's too early in the morning for math, dadgummit. So you think July... Okay, hang on. I've not considered this one yet. Let's consider it. I dismissed it because in my mind, I just saw June for some... Okay, that's a Friday. I don't know. That's not a bad month. Didn't know about the command? No, you're good, Zep. You're good. People ask me all the time, like, you can do K-Cups, you can do whole bean, you can do this, you can do that. homie, I buy 500 bags of coffee in bulk, and it shows up on my house on a skid. Like, I can't afford to buy 500 or X number of pounds of K-Cups or X number of pounds of the beans. Like, ouch. This is literally in my house right now. Like, you're not buying it and it's shipping from some sponsor. So I have to, I have to fund it. So people were like, yo, you should do K-Cups. You should do this. You should do that. I'm like, yeah, brother, it's just me. Like, Creature handles the business side of it and the website. And then, like, my wife and kids and I and all, we bag it up and ship it to you. Actually, they do it most of the time. It's not me. It's mostly them. Guys, could we get 200 likes on the video? We have over 400 people here. If you're just tuning in, my Starfield showcase predictions is that I actually think the showcase will be more substantive than I initially thought, right? I originally thought we were going to be looking at a showcase that was going to be so much filler. It was going to be a bunch of the Q&A videos, or just a bunch of B-roll and footage from last year, okay? Track with me here. Just think about the timeline and think about why I'm saying this, okay? This game was supposed to be coming out in November of last year. And then they delay it, but they have this huge video to show us, in the summer. Now, it's very likely that at that point, they had vertical slices, they had versions of the game, and they were cooking up more stuff. Because if you're getting ready for your game to come out in November, You've got marketing materials, you've got B-roll, you've got stuff that's getting ready to spin up to ramp up. They very easily, I think, could have just done that already. They could have been like, all right, we'll talk to you guys in February, and they would have just shown us all that stuff. And it'd been like, okay, thanks. And it would be obvious, I think, that it's just stuff that's been cooked up for months, okay? So the fact that they're like, yeah, no, the showcase isn't ready yet. We got a lot of stuff to sort out. Or no, we got stuff to sort out still. We got some stuff to sort out. It's like, okay, this means that the showcase is going to be pretty substantive. I would imagine new footage, new gameplay. I would also imagine this might go hand in hand. This might go hand in hand with the leak and the rumor that they hit a significant milestone. If they hit a significant milestone, then they probably had to create new vertical slices, record new footage, get new B-roll, which means we're likely looking at then, I think, a better showcase. Is that you on the thumbnail? Yeah, it's supposed to be me, yes. I'm speaking for all of us. We've been too patient with this thing. You have the money, you have the devs, you have the fan base. Enough is enough. Show us the thing, or just say the delay time. That's another possible interpretation of what is going on. That they don't want to admit that the thing is getting delayed again. Like, they don't want to admit that. Because I think you're looking at a Forza Motorsport delay as well. I don't think Forza Motorsport gets out first half of this year. I don't think so. If Forza Motorsport had a release date that was going to land in March, April, May, or June, within that 4-month window, how the frick do you not know the date yet? You're within at most 4 months of the Forza Motorsport release date. At a minimum, you're within a month or two of it, and we don't have a release date yet. So I think Forza Motorsport is delayed to second half. And I don't think they want to let us know that Starfield is also delayed to second half until they do the showcase. They want you feeling real good, right? Guy in the thumbnail looks like Gordon Freeman. Yeah, a little bit. Like, they want you feeling real good before they let you know one more time. It's the Bernie Sanders meme. I'm coming to you once again to let you know the game has been delayed, right? I can understand that feeling if you pre-ordered. Well, yeah. What, like demanding that they just push the game out or say something? I think, but from his perspective, Robert, I think he's just saying, just tell us. If it's delayed again, just tell us. It's one of those things where, have you ever had somebody do this? They're like, yeah, I got something I got to tell you. You're not going to like it. And you're like, okay, well, just tell me. But you're going to be mad. Okay, tell me. But you're going to be upset. I'm more upset now that you're not telling me than I likely will be when you tell me. Just freaking tell me! right. Like, have you ever had a conversation like that with somebody? Like, it's got to that point where people are like, listen, if you're going to delay it, just tell us. Just tell us. We'll be okay. We'll survive. We'll make it to October or November or whatever the frick you decide to delay it to. Can you please just tell us? Just tell us something. Like, I get where people are coming from. I do. Yes, all the time. That's right. I see a Starfield debate coming. Bethesda sounds like my wife. You see what I'm saying? It's like, just tell me. If it's bad news, it's fine. I can take bad news. I've gotten bad news my entire life, along with good news. I'm accustomed to getting both. People speculating that physical Redfall copies will have a code and no disc inside. You got to be kidding me. I mean, I've not seen anything on that. Why are people speculating that? I like the Wolverine socks on the website. Hey, if you buy anything from over there, just make sure and use code Lono, right? Just make sure and use code Lono. Guys, who wants to be the first member? Somebody pop it. Somebody pop this over here. You know, come on. It's sitting at a 0. You can click the $sign. You can click join. Become the first member. It's a race. I want to see a new member before gifteds today. Somebody do it. Somebody jump in and say, hey, I'll be a member. I'm going to try and beat the gifteds today. I want to see it. So frustrating. It's okay to push it back. Just pick a realistic date and stick to it, says brown-eyed Arius. Yeah, like that's where I think a lot of people are coming from. Is at one level, I just wish Microsoft would not have said for first half of the year. What's my showcase month prediction? Okay, this is my prediction about the Starfield showcase, okay? We're going to get a Starfield showcase announcement first half of March. Oh, Rockin' Robin did it. There you go. Rockin' Robin says, nope. I'm going to win this race. You guys lost the race again. Somebody didn't click join before Rockin' Robin gifted. I think we're going to get a date. The Starfield showcase date, I think, comes beginning of March, early March. And I think they'll use the private press event to promote it. They're going to meet with the press. Okay, hey, somebody ordered some coffee, 3 bags of Frickmas, 2 bags of Light. My man Misery saving $11. That almost covered your entire shipping cost for 5 bags of coffee. That's a heck of a savings. And then Casual Grinder is going to come in here and gift 5 members to get us going. We are super close to 2,100 members. We hit 2,000, so members, you get a Star Wars watch party next month. We made it up to episode 3. And then, if we get to 2,500, you get a triple header horror game weekend with my wife, and I will play a scary game. And then 3,000 is Just Dance. So we're getting there. You guys are crushing it this month. Thank you so much. Red Gray, Chandra, Nambre, Montav, and Ray Haverfield. You guys all got a gifted membership. Creature says, we get the date of the showcase and some teasers in March. We get the showcase in June and the game in November. Do you guys honestly think they'll do that? Like, I entertained that in my show open. I said, I don't know. They could announce the showcase in March, and it's not until June. They're like, hey, this is when the showcase is. And between March and June, they would trickle out more stuff, right? They would trickle out more info. Yo, Kenneth Williams coming in, getting us close to that goal. Every 25 members, I gift 5. This really isn't even a goal. It's just like, hey, every 25, I gift 5. We've been massively crushing this every day, and I gift so many because of it. My bank even kind of scolded me. They're like, hey, you're doing a lot of withdrawals because it takes it to PayPal first. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Chris Richards, Hunt Dog, Woe To High, Siddharth, and Ian Harris. You guys all got a gifted membership from my man Kenneth. Thank you, Kenneth, for doing that. Guys, make sure you are smashing that like button on YouTube. They're crushing it over on the Tickety Talk. We already have 3,000 members over there. Thank you so much, everybody, for smashing the screen and smashing the thumbs up. Let me give you an active member count throughout this stream so you guys can track it. We're at 2,053, crushing it. I think he's right. Delaying the showcase doesn't look good for the release date. If the release was 4 months away, you should have everything ready to go. not still getting things together. Yeah, but see, I see it differently than you, D-Tom. Yo, that's a big one. That is an absolute massive one. A 10 gifted bomb from Kenneth. He says, I'm not done yet, bro. Goes to Zach, Alberto, Raven, Sinister J, Deafside, Ferk Malurf, Sam Thompson, Bubba, and Data, and Chris F., and on to the next level. And then my man Ward. Ward's going to come in and gift a membership and take us to 22. I gift all of mine that I owe you at the end of the stream. That's a reason to stick around. So don't go anywhere. It'll increase your chances of getting a gifted membership. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And another order of coffee coming in from Misery. 3 bags of light, 2 bags of Frickmas, and he uses the discount code and gets about $8 off of the order. Thank you so much, Misery. And oh my gosh, I'm not reading all of these names. I can't. There's no freaking way I can do it. Rissick just absolutely taking over chat with a 50 bomb, and he just says morning. What a flex. What an absolute flex. He just drops a 50 bomb of members on chat and just says morning. Like, so nonchalant. So nonchalant. And Limitless Gaming is going to take us to a really pretty number. 77 members already. Welcome into Reforge Gaming. We are ramping up. If you just got a gifted member, you need to be in our members-only Discord, okay? Tonight, my wife and I are going to be hanging out again with members, having some drinks and laughs. She's going to be playing Hogwarts. It's hilarious. It's fun. It's laid back. It's a great time to spend your Friday night, okay? It's going to be a blast. You're not going to want to miss it. You are not going to want to miss it. If we get to 2,500 members, we do a triple header horror game weekend, which means Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we hang out with y'all and play a scary game. It's fantastic. So help us get to 2,500. I'll do another Just Dance stream, but it's at 3,000. I'm not doing that for a small amount. Parasito says, oh, I want to see the man dance. I want to see the man dance. He takes us to 87 members on the day. Parasito says, morning, Rissick. Yeah, morning, Rissick. Yeah. Paris is like, I've got some too. I've got some gifted members too. Is there any chance that they just drop one day with no notice just to surprise everyone? Now, Brown-Eyed, I've had people suggest that as an idea, like the shadow drop. There were people that said, oh, there's going to be a Super Bowl commercial, and oh, they're just going to suddenly drop it. I don't think there's any chance they do that. I don't. And that's not me being a naysayer. I'm not being negative. I just don't think that'd be a good idea. Right? I don't. Payday Friday, holy cow. Yeah, gifted subs. We're getting there, dude. We are getting there. So many. We might have just hit, did we just hit 2,100 already? You guys are crushing it. Like every other month, we can have like a big rally. We are at 2,129 members. You guys blew past 2,100. Just blew past it. If the game goes into 2024, that's 9 years of development, says Eugene. Jiminy Christmas, that's a lot. That is a lot. Yo, Kale! Oh, good to see you, Kale. Kale orders coffee. Kale gifts members. That takes us to 97 members. We've only been streaming for 30 minutes. What are you guys doing? Everybody settle down. We just hit 25,000 subscribers this week. It'd be amazing to be like 25,000 subscribers, 2,500 members. And YouTube people like, what is he doing over there? Who is this community? Reforge Gaming, what are they doing over there? Thank you so much, Kale. My man Infinite renewing with the member VIP, and it's been 8 months. Welcome back. Welcome back in. With 9 years of development and multiple delays, the game better be groundbreaking. I hate that this is a reality. Okay, track with me on this. I absolutely hate that this is a reality for game development. That if they delay the game enough, it just becomes passively hyped because everyone says, it better be perfect now. It better be immaculate. It better blow my mind. And it's like, I'm in favor of game delays, but that reality is such a terrible tension point for games to then feel like they have to be perfect if they need to delay a couple of times. It's just, I think it's a terrible situation. Yo! We got some big one. We got more coming in. 5 from Chris Felon, 5 from Cardoc Ren, blasting us over 107 members on the day. And Pugs, my man Pugs, gonna jump back in, getting that gold badge. Get you some, Pugs. Christy Axis Quest with the 7 months, and it's a VIP. Keep it up. You make it and more. What? Wow, what a decent community. What a decent community. So understated, you know. I guess this guy was 34 minutes into his broadcast and got 107 members and a couple of coffee orders. My gosh. What a decent, mediocre, average community this Hey, Parasito says exceptionally decent, and he's going to throw a 10 bomb on the pile. A 10 membership on the pile. Let's go. Let's go. I love seeing names I recognize. JTC, huge package, getting one. I know that avatar. Good to see you. According to reports now, Eugene sharing in the Discord, Bethesda's Starfield is playable. Elder Scrolls 6 is in pre-production. Okay, well, listen to me. That was 4 years ago. Oh my gosh, that's not new. I thought I was reading something new. Okay, so 4 years ago, Starfield was playable, and Elder Scrolls 6 was in pre-production. So if you carry the 1 and you divide by Todd Howard's jackets, I think that means the game is coming out. It will be a video game. Okay, Lono, you've got your bribe money. Go get a dev build from Bethesda and show us the game. I can't. I don't have the ability to do that. It's not possible. 9 years means nothing. Cough. Cyberpunk. Cough. Ooh, man, that is so true, and I feel it. I don't even like Cyberpunk, and that one stings. That's like an actual stinging slap of reality. Like 9 years, go ask Cyberpunk how much 9 years helped them. At some point, 9 years of development puts the game behind the times, so to speak. You can't innovate and adapt if you have 9-year development cycles. You are, by default, not agile enough. I forgot to mention that in that little concise, rant I went on. That's so true, Nova. That's so true. It's like, the more you delay the game, the more people expect it to be great, but the more you incorporate and import and drag old tech along with you. It's like, brother, we started making this game almost a decade ago. So many decisions we made back then. What are we going to do now? We can't do that or that or that or that or that. This isn't going to work. It's I hate that that's true, because on one hand, I'm like, yes, if you need to delay the game, right? We have 2,159 members. We're basically 40 members away from 2,200. That's freaking insane. Transmissions from the space boat with 14 months, and it's a member plus. Every day we stray further from Todd's light. From Todd. Oh, there's a guy who hangs out here whose name is God Howard. If you're just tuning in, my Starfield showcase predictions are actually positive. I actually think, I'm not trying to be a hype man. I think the fact that they're not ready and they've got to sort stuff out means it's going to be substantive. It means they've got a lot for us. They're not just going to give us a bunch of old B-roll and marketing and footage that was intended to be used last year, because they likely had stuff for last year if it was supposed to come out in November. Another coffee order from my man Zepp. He grabs 2 bags of Frickmas and he saves $7.50, okay? That's basically like half the cost of the coffee. So it's like buy one, get one half off if you use that discount. That's a pretty good discount. Well, wait, is that? Yeah, that's close. That's close to half off. That's really good. Make sure and use code GETFRICKED. Because the total is so high on that double order. That's nice. Total, but the 20%. Our coffee's really expensive. Y'all do coffee pods? You can do reusable K-Cups on Amazon. We have a K-Cups command. Looking forward to the coffee. Thank you, Zepp. I appreciate that. Buy 2 at the price of 3 and you get 1 free. That's correct. That's correct. I agree with you, Reforge. March announcing the June showcase, then launching in November before the holidays. Okay, so that's my producer's, that's his prediction. He thinks, now we're in agreement here. I think they're using the private press events in March. A private press event, it's not plural. There is a private press event in March. I think they're going to use that to start promoting the showcase. Okay? They're going to use that to start promoting the showcase. And the showcase date, I don't have a good theory on. It's either going to be late March or April. If it doesn't land in late March or April, I think they're just going to kick it to June. You just kick it to June, cut your losses, and say, listen, there's no freaking way we can launch in June. There's no way. You launch in June. Just think about this with me for just a second. This is something that I think people forget. A lot of people look at June and think, well, Diablo 4 and Final Fantasy 16 don't really pose a threat to Starfield because Starfield's a completely different game, completely different audience, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, sure. However, what if the rumors are true? What if the rumors are true and they need more time and it launches and it has problems and all the headlines are, about Bethesda returns and here we go again and another buggy Bethesda launch, and you did that in the month with Leviathan titles? I don't think that's a good idea at all. Your game better be absolutely phenomenal if you're going to land in a month with Diablo and Final Fantasy. You better be top shelf, brother. Parasita says, what if Bethesda throws us a giant curveball and gives us an early access build in the summer for pre-order and then drops a full game October, November? Dadgummit, that's a curveball. That's a curveball because I hadn't thought about it yet, and so my brain's trying to filter it all through, like my thought process of the likelihood and why you wouldn't and how it would be received. On one hand, my immediate thought is that might work with Game Pass because Game Pass is all about like, hey, get the games, fill the games. Doc Dark, who's going to be on the show later today, even said, gamers. Xbox is willing to lose gamers, right? They're willing to push out games that might not be so great or might not be that ready or might not be that polished because they really want to feed xCloud and they really want to feed Game Pass. So that feeds Game Pass. But then you got to wonder how that's going to be received on Steam. But then the second thought I have is, well, if you do it on Steam, Steam's really prone to early access. People are actually accepting more now of early access games. So if you position it in the right way, the Steam, player base might think this is awesome. And then the modding community might be able to come in and really help squash bugs and find things and almost lend a hand symbiotically for quality control and QA and how you get the game out the door basically in October, November at an actual date, instead of it just being like a release date that then gets patched later. You let everybody know, we're letting you guys play it early so that you can help us with the build. It might work. It might work. Because if you think about it, both ecosystems could be receptive to that. Both ecosystems could be receptive to that. You have the Game Pass ecosystem that would be receptive to that because they're like, I got a game. I don't care, And then you have early access. That's an ecosystem on Steam that's gotten some traction. Isn't there a game coming out right around the corner where they literally said, we've made the decision to release it in early access because we just want to get the game out instead of delaying it? Didn't somebody literally just do this? Was it Sons of the Forest or somebody else? Early access build equals the game sucks. Get out of jail free card. Paul, I'm not saying that wouldn't be the way people think about it. They'd be like, are you freaking kidding me? We wait all this time. We sit here and wait, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait. And then this is what you do? You release a beta? Like, come on. I do. I think there'd be portions of the community that would be pretty irritated. Now, you also have to consider something. How many people on Game Pass? Yeah, you got to think about this. How many people on Game Pass would have no freaking clue that's what's going on? They'd be like, why is this game in such bad shape? Think about the casual nature of you got 25 million people on Game Pass. How many of those people would be like, Starfield's here, and they would install it and be like, what? Beta? Early access? Why is it running so bad? And then that becomes how they view Game Pass. Oh, is Game Pass going to give me betas now in early access? That's not what I paid for it, right? Like, imagine getting indignant as you penny pinch about quality. But seriously, it would reflect poorly on Game Pass. It would. I feel like I missed somebody's super chat in the midst of all the chaos this morning. Did somebody super chat? TJ Rage, I feel like you super chatted and I didn't call it out. Am I right in thinking that? Did I miss your super chat? My brain is a bit of a blur right now. It's been 45 minutes of just nothing but a head spin. Guys, make sure you are smashing the like button if you're enjoying the content here on YouTube. They won't do that. It'd be shooting them in the foot. Yeah, man, you did. Shoot. I'm seeing like $4 up there on my dashboard. I am really sorry. Thank you for that super chat, TJ Rage. It was a bit chaotic during the show, during the first, half hour of the show or so. What do I got to do to get back in the Discord channels? Sync Discord with YouTube and just wait. It should sync. I could force sync the server if you've already done it. If you've already done it, Pugs. The integrations just require it. Like, they don't want it to do it too much, because if it does it too much, then the servers get annoyed. They're like, hey, stop trying to sync. It looks like it tried to sync about 12 minutes ago. I'll force sync it now, and then you should get a bunch of roles added to your little name and color change or whatever. We have 551 people synced up with Discord, and that's a great way to connect with the community and stay connected, so make sure you get those memberships. I'd be curious what you guys think about the showcase. Do you think... What do you think about the prediction that it happens in June? What do you think about that? Hey, God Howard is here, and he just gifted a member. Thank you so much, God Howard. Thanks for coming in. Welcome. That membership goes to Corey. Appreciate you so much. There we go. 118 members. There he is. Yeah. We are 7 members away from me owing you 25 members. 25. Sexy Todd. Yes, he is here. He has graced us with his presence. God Howard, when is the showcase? You must tell us. You must. I want the game to go gold, says Paul, and for them to say this is the best game we could make. Early access is fun for indie games who need help or for ongoing games. Parasito says, with the giant scale that the game claims to be delivering, they'll likely hit the wall fast with servers. So I think an early access just for the purpose is viable. What servers? What are you talking about? Why would they need servers for this game? There's no online element that we know of. As far as we know, Starfield doesn't have any online elements. It's a single-player game. Does Skyrim have online? Does Fallout 4 have any online? I don't think there's any online elements to this game. I mean, unless they've got things that they haven't told us about. Are there going to be server-side, computations? Like, is it going to use dedicated servers for certain, processes of, like, AI and stuff? Even if it was online, servers would not be an issue. If they do that, do you think it would live up to all the hype, says Suede? I wasn't exciting for this is the best we could do game. I was exciting for a sprawling space RPG. Does it have server-side saving, logins? I have no idea. I don't know. I would imagine that it will use the Microsoft Cloud for saving, like backing up your save files, but that's common for like every game now that you play, isn't it? Like, it just saves you to the cloud. It does that on my PlayStation, and then it constantly barks at me. I need to go and look at the Google guide on how to fix that. It's like, yeah, we can't sync your stuff, and you guys told me how to fix it one day, and I just didn't take the time to do it. Starfield isn't just a Bethesda game, it also needs to sell Xbox consoles, according to Todd. I still don't get why Todd said that. I don't. If you guys are just tuning in, the reason we're talking about the Starfield showcase is a Bethesda community manager basically said in their Discord they are still sorting stuff out. And I saw nothing but negative headlines and press coverage on it. And I thought, I think this is a good thing. I don't read this as a bad thing. I read this as they need this showcase to be amazing. They're taking this serious. They're actually going to be putting a lot of work into this showcase. And that means that you're bound to get good footage, good info. It's going to be substantive. I consistently thought, for the longest time, I thought they're just going to give us a bunch of the B-roll that they were supposed to give us last year and then finally give us a release date. Like, obviously that's a concern, right? For them to fall prey to hubris and think that, well, all we really got to do is give them a release date and some new footage, and that'll be enough. Sounds like Microsoft told him, this is our new flagship. Title better get it right. Yeah, I don't know. I've continued to say that I think Starfield is the new flagship of Xbox, but it's also like, I don't know if that means you're going to sell Xboxes with Starfield. It doesn't seem like a console mover, especially because you can play it on PC. I could be wrong. Traditionally, Fallout 4 and other Bethesda titles sold very, very well on console. That's where their history is. Yo, what's good, Reforge? What's good, Dwayne? 15 months from Def Side. Thanks for the membership, you crazies. Welcome back in, Def Side. I want an hour of gameplay showing game flow, says Infinite. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys want from the showcase? Weigh in on this. The Starfield showcase is likely on the horizon. I think we learn about it early March. They're going to do the private press event. We'll finally learn about it. Let's say it's late March or April or June. Who cares when it is, right? Who cares when? What do you want from the showcase? Preparing a showcase takes away from development time, I was told, and that's the last thing Bethesda needs. Why would it take away from development time? Your marketing department would be handling it, right? I would hope. I mean, I guess I'll give some ground to the fact that, like, you need to build a vertical slice, and you need to do some footage recording, and you need to do some gameplay recording, sure. I think regardless, it's going to be very buggy, says Samwise the Geek. I don't know if it's going to be buggy. Well, it'll have bugs. I don't know if it'll be defined by bugs, though. Like, I think it will have bugs. A game this size is going to have bugs. That's unavoidable. We'd all be better off if we didn't know about this game, says Eugene. Yeah, right? If they could just surprise us and be like, hey, bam, right? You know? We got this new thing. We got this new thing that we're going to, you know, that we're going to do, and we're going to just show it to you now. We're just now going to show you this game. And instead of knowing about it, having a release date, being told that the date's set in ink, you know, I don't think so, man. I agree with Eugene. I think we'd be better off not knowing about it. Let it come out as a surprise. Let it land like Fallout 4. Just bam, here it is. Yeah, you can play it in a couple of months. You know, just surprise everybody. It depends on how they upgraded the creation engine. Every open world has bugs. So you think Sons of the Forest kicking Starfield might nudge the devs to give something sooner? Okay, yeah, so if you guys didn't see it, Starfield on Steam is no longer like most wishlisted, right? It got outdone by, what's it called? Sons of the Forest. Now, the king of most wishlisted was was the day before, but it's gone. Likely to never return to the Steam store. The number one priority of Xbox should be to not have a repeat of the Cyberpunk launch disaster. Well, I agree with that. As far as Steam wish lists and seeing like, oh, you know, Starfield's no longer most wishlisted, I don't think the devs need to respond to that. I don't think that's an issue. Like, oh no, what are we going to do? We're not most wishlisted anymore. As Jez says, what grinds my gears? 1,000 planets. They should show a planet per week leading up to launch. I mean, they certainly could. They'd barely scratch the surface, right? They'd barely scratch the surface of planets. They could literally be like, okay, Starfield, 1,000 planets. This is planet number 7, you know, and just have them land and look around and be like, this is what it's going to look like when you first land, and this is what it's going to look like when you explore. And I actually like the idea of the dynamic questing. Like, I want to know, you know, you land, like, look how hostile some of these planets can be, right? I'm going to back the video up just a touch. These planets can be pretty hostile, so I'm curious, like, you land on a planet that's really hostile, is that going to tie into the dynamic questing? You're like, oh my gosh, I almost died. And then you come over the crest of some hill, and there's like a guy waiting, or a, you know, a town or a village or whatever. I'm really interested in that aspect of it. Starfield news. The latest Starfield news is that a Bethesda community manager said in their Discord that they have to sort stuff out because before they can start talking about the showcase. Now, the line that the ending line, he said, nothing specific is being withheld, right? Why do you think he said that? Right? Nothing specific is being withheld. Is he talking about the showcase itself? They're not going to withhold anything. Or is he meaning right now, like there's nothing specific right now that we're withholding from y'all. We're not holding anything back, right? We're not. Why does that look choppy, or is it just me? It could be YouTube. I mean, you're watching a stream of a stream, right? You're watching a stream of a YouTube through my capture card watching YouTube. I don't think there's anything choppy in the footage, at least not in that section. I mean, there could be. I've not slow-moed it and broke it down frame by frame. 1,000 planets equals 1,000 bugs. Well, I don't know about that. Yo, yeah, trash parrot emo. That's right, Pugs. Impression Inception, that's right. The modders will go ham on Starfield. The base game almost does not matter to some people. I think the base game matters to anybody that owns an Xbox. Nobody on an Xbox gives a rip about mods. They want to play an awesome space RPG. They don't care about any of that. Right? Like, right now, Hogwarts Legacy Co-op is trending because there's some freaking mod that you can down, that they're working on for PC. That doesn't mean anything for my wife and I on PS5. Doesn't do a thing for us. Oh, cool, guys, good work. I mean, okay, like, nobody cares about that on console. And Fallout 4 sold way better on console than PC, so you gotta wonder, I mean, how many Bethesda fans, how many Skyrim fans, Fallout 4 fans are gonna be like, hey, I'm getting that Starfield, dude. I'm getting that Starfield, and I don't care about mods, I don't care about playing on PC. As long as Starfield gameplay delivers space exploration, space RPG, I think a lot of the people on Xbox will be happy as long as it runs. That's a theory that we're going to be debating this afternoon on the Game Pass debate is that Microsoft's strategy going forward? Delivering products instead of excellent games. You got to get the product out the door. That's all that matters to their audience at this point. Sorry, but excusing Starfield if it's rubbish because of mods. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna excuse it if the mods come in and do anything to fix it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. No way. Yo, could we get 32 more likes on the video? We get 32 more. Y'all are crushing it today. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about the Starfield showcase predictions. Basically, what I'm saying is, and nobody's really argued it in the alternative. I think you could argue in the alternative, but what I've been saying is I think the Starfield showcase is going to be far better than we thought. Way more substance, way more good things, because they have said they need time to sort stuff out. I actually think that's a good sign. The Xbox version has mods. It does now. Wait, are you saying the Xbox version of Starfield will have mods? They brought mod support later. Is Starfield out of the box is going to have mod support on console? I remember Todd doing that interview. I don't remember him confirming it would be having Xbox mod support day one. Yo, TJ Rage with a $5 tip. After buying Skyrim for the 10th time, I'm really used to a lot of mods in the latest Skyrim for the first time on console. Thank you, TJ Rage, with a 5 spot. Said consoles and PC. Okay, he said consoles and PC day one, or he said consoles and PC? Nice thumbnail, thank you. I remember when Bethesda tried to monetize Steam mods. Yeah, that went over real well. Nobody's saying Starfield should be excused for mods, but I'm saying at least fans have been improving Bethesda games for them. Well, sure. Yeah, I think what you're trying to say is you can put a feather in the cap of the community, not in Bethesda. You can say, well, the community will help. Community will help. They'll lean in. Yo, what's good, the Clam? How are you? I'd like to see some more worlds to explore along with any potential salvage opportunities. Is Starfield going to be on PlayStation? I have my own theory based on a Pete Hines interview where he kind of waffled about Starfield staying exclusive on Xbox. He kind of waffled and acted like that wasn't a guarantee. It's a more recent interview. I think they're entertaining the idea of kicking Starfield to PlayStation like a year later. I think they are. I get a lot of pushback when I bring this up, and people are like, "You're dumb. This guy thinks they're gonna put Starfield on the PlayStation." Yeah, well, I mean, Pete Hines, he seemed to indicate that is a possibility. You know, he didn't give a firm. He did not give a firm answer. He didn't. Starfield will only be on the PS5 if they allow Game Pass or the cloud. Why is that dumb? I think people just get defensive because they're like, no, Starfield's Xbox only. And I'm like, okay. There's no guarantee. You know. There's no guarantee, according to Pete Hines. And he waffled in his answer. I found that to be very interesting. It's like, if there was no shot this thing coming to PlayStation, he'd have shot that down right away. He'd be like, yeah, no, this Xbox exclusive. What if consoles die and they move Game Pass to PlayStation? No, I've had people theorize that before. I don't think there's a snowball's chance in Hades that happens. Game Pass ain't coming to PlayStation. Sony don't want to deal with the Azure servers. You know that PlayStation is a customer of Azure servers, right? Like, they actually are one of Microsoft's biggest customers. But that doesn't have anything to do with whether or not it would come to PlayStation. If it comes to PlayStation, it would come to PlayStation under circumstances that would be profitable for PlayStation. I'd love to see a PS5. I buy games on PS5 because of the exclusives are simply way better. I mean, for me, I don't care where I play it. I just want Starfield to be amazing. Like, I don't give a rip where I play this game. I just want it to run well. I don't have to play it on my PlayStation 5. If it runs great on the Series X, then that's really all I need, you know? Don't ruin their fantasy worlds. Bethesda modding capability is rivaled only by The Sims. They're in a league all their own, and it makes them unique. I remember this being a thing a while back. Yeah, Xbox teased a Nintendo collaboration. Yeah, like Phil Spencer, I think, indicated he'd be open to Game Pass landing on other platforms or something, even Nintendo or something. I don't know. Sony's classic streaming uses Azure. Azure PS Now was built on Azure. Yeah, they literally use those cloud-based solutions within their infrastructure. So I'm not really sure why anybody would think that. That's kind of awkward. If you guys have been enjoying the show on YouTube, there's almost 500 of you here. Some of y'all are slacking, and we need your help with something, all right? Do me a favor. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. YouTube subscribing is totally free. Now, subscribing over on the Tickety Talk is different. You press the star, you pay money, it supports me directly. But subscribing on YouTube is free. Make sure you're smashing that subscribe button, and then make sure you're smashing the like button. That thumbs up button actually helps more people find the video, and we've gotten about 10 new subscribers today from this video, so thanks for hanging out. And we've gotten a ton of new members. If you'd like to get a membership, you can get one on your own for $5, or make sure you watch my shows on the regular, and you may just get one for your loyalty to the channel, being here all the time, and then you can be included in all the extra behind the scenes stuff that we do. Sony doesn't use Azure Lono. They still use Gaikai for streaming Amazon servers. Windows Central and Neowin have articles on this. Sony just had a verbal deal for Azure in the future. Is he correct in saying that? Microsoft can't release Halo on Xbox in a state worth playing. The people saying Game Pass and Xbox games are coming to Sony are dreaming. I don't think Sony wants anything to do with another subscription service, a competitor subscription service. He is correct. Wait, so at this current juncture, Sony's not... I swore there were headlines that, like, Sony's one of Microsoft's biggest consumers. Oh, Sony is to use Microsoft Azure for PlayStation Now. Okay. So that hasn't happened yet? I swore that there was literal headlines that, like, yeah, they're one of Microsoft's biggest customers. Or maybe they stand to be one of their biggest customers? Sony and Microsoft team up, Azure to power PlayStation Now. That's from 2019. Yeah, so when did it happen? That was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, they come together to say they're going to work together, and it hasn't happened yet? They're one of Microsoft's largest customers. I do not know if it's via Azure. Look it up if you want. Windows Central stated that the deal was for the future, exclusive to PlayStation on Azure version in the future. Nothing has come of it yet. Oh, that's Sony and Microsoft, not Xbox versus PlayStation. Oh, so maybe Sony's using those cloud services and PlayStation hasn't yet. So maybe Sony's a big customer. Maybe that's the headline I read then. Not PlayStation, but is Sony corporate a big customer of Microsoft? Yeah, I don't think they need to... Exactly, Broken Messiah. Why does Sony need to allow Game Pass on PlayStation for Starfield to land? Exactly. Like, Minecraft Legends is going to be on multiple platforms. Game Pass doesn't have to be on multiple platforms for Minecraft Legends to be on multiple platforms. It's not an all-or-nothing thing. Sony is still in talks with Microsoft, but the cloud strategy is to be only on the PlayStation. Okay. Well, I was incorrect then. I thought Sony was already plugging away and using them. Sony corporate might be using them at some level, but apparently PlayStation still is not. In any case, it doesn't really have anything to do with Starfield coming to PlayStation. It's not really related. Like, me having it incorrect, like, well, PlayStation's not doing it, Sony might, or it's just an agreement right now, it hasn't actually taken place. That doesn't really, I don't think that stands to reason as to why, like, oh no, Starfield can never come to PlayStation because of why. Like, what does that have to do with Azure? Like, or Azure, however you're supposed to say it. Azure? Yeah, it's supposed to be like Asher, but Azure. I always struggle with that one. I always want to say the old way that I used to say it. 6 months later, PS5 will have Starfield version. I don't think 6 months. I think they'd wait almost a year, I would think. I would think you'd wait a year. I don't think you'd push it to another platform that fast. If, in fact, it comes to another platform, I don't think you would do it that quickly. Phil is probably working on a plan right now to buy Sony and turn them into a game publisher. What? Phil's probably... Listen, I like Phil Spencer, but Phil's probably hoping he can keep his job. Listen, bro. No. Number one, Sony's a Japanese-owned company, and I don't think they would ever allow that. They would never sell to the West. Number two, Microsoft hasn't even gotten through the ABK acquisition, you know? A lot of people are pushing for that to not happen, you know? Legally can't be sold. Yeah, I believe there's actual laws in Japan about Sony could not be sold to Microsoft. It's not possible. Phil can pull it off, just wait. Am I going to have to wait as long for Phil to pull it off as I am for first-party titles to come to Xbox? Which comes first? I'm sorry. That's a little below the belt. All right, that's below the belt. You guys do have Halo. Wait until. Yeah. It's the Xbox motto, dude. The time has come. Next year. The future is now, old man. Sony don't sell homeland companies. They just pull everything out of China back to Japan. Toshiba, ETC all went back. Yeah. As soon as the Japanese government collapses, Phil can get on that. Yeah. If that ever happens, I guess. Glad I'm a PC gamer. Lono can't beat me up anymore. The plan is just starting to unfold. Listen. I thought you were joking, right? Big moves take time. Okay, what you're saying is stupid, bro. Like, big moves take time. Microsoft literally can't buy Sony. They can't do it. So if you think Phil Spencer or Microsoft somehow have the power geopolitically to move the mountain that is Japanese law, then whatever you're taking to have a waking dream of fantasy, please tell us where you bought it, because we would all like to feel that good about life. Like, wherever you are right now, whatever dream state you're in, we'd all like to feel that good, because you're freaking dreaming, bro. You're freaking dreaming. They can't yet. My gosh, you can't be serious. You can't be serious. They can't yet. Is this the new mantra of the people who have gone full fandom for Xbox? Everything is a yet. Starfield's going to be amazing. It's just not out yet. Starfield's going to somehow get more players than Hogwarts Legacy. Just you wait. It's not going to happen yet. Like the stuff, the cope and hope that I've been reading from full-on Xbox fans has been absolute new levels of insanity lately. Like, I literally debated with people yesterday that Starfield's player base would not exceed Hogwarts Legacy, and I actually had people disagreeing with me. They actually think that Starfield could rival Hogwarts Legacy in player numbers. No, it's not possible. They can't buy Sony. It's not possible. Oh, you don't know. Big plans take a long time. Anything is possible. Who said he's an Xbox fan? You think someone's in my YouTube chat right now, a Starfield stream, putting forth the idea that Microsoft's making moves someday to buy Sony. Who do you think he's a fan of? Do you think he just really likes Phil Spencer? What? Like, read what he's saying and draw another conclusion. Yeah, like, who's he a fan of? Most devs stay away from DX12 due to stuttering issues. Microsoft is terrible with software technology. Hogwarts Legacy just kicked Elden Ring. Yeah, like, Hogwarts Legacy literally doubled the sales of Elden Ring in Europe. That's bonkers. That's bonkers. Elden Ring was so commercially successful, so commercially dominant, and it's getting one-upped big time by Hogwarts Legacy. And Hogwarts Legacy hasn't even landed on the Switch. It hasn't landed on the PS4. It hasn't landed on Xbox One yet. It hasn't. So, like, it's being that commercially successful only on next gen and PC. That's nuts, man. That's insane. Double. It's not like, oh, it edged it out by like 10%. Oh, it edged it out by like 5%. Nah, man, yeah, they doubled the sales. I think Starfield deserves more players. I'm just a fan of video games. If you're just a fan of video games, why would you honestly argue or postulate that Microsoft is planning to buy Sony? It's not freaking possible. It isn't. So why would you even put that out into the ether? And now you think Starfield deserves more players. What has Starfield done to deserve anything from you right now? What? Big promises and shaky performance gameplay debut. Gameplay looks fine, looks good, but it was shaky with respect to performance. So what have they done to earn such allegiance? What have they done? Like, walk me through it logically. What brought you to that point to think that Starfield deserves more players than a globally popular IP that launched to great success and critical acclaim? A game that hasn't even come out yet. What they've shown so far is more impressive to me than Hogwarts. Okay, that's a fair opinion. I don't think there's anything unfair about that. I don't think you're being... There's no heavy bias there. There's no heavy bias. I think a gamer could look at this gameplay and say, yeah, this is way more impressive and promises me a much bigger and more grand experience than Hogwarts Legacy. I actually accept that. I think that's fine. I think that's actually the most thoughtful thing you've said. That's the most thoughtful thing you've said so far. Xbox is very unlikely to be able to buy big Japanese studios. Yeah, they can't even buy Japanese studios, let alone trying to buy Sony, for frick's sake. If you're just tuning in, we're having a bit of a debate about, like, basically what took us down this path is, do you think Starfield will ever land on PlayStation? I actually think that it might. About a year into its life cycle, I think they kick it to PlayStation. Maybe a year and a half. But an interview with Pete Hines made it clear to me it's on the table. It's on the table. Where's the Quidditch? I think it's coming later in an update. Garlic is a hottie. The only thing she's hot because she's not a grandmother. Like, all the other professors are ancient. So, like, she's young and marginally cute, and everybody thinks she's super hot. I mean, the braids kind of work, but... Eugene says, Microsoft is struggling to buy Activision, much less Sony. So let's disregard Japanese law. No effing way would a Microsoft acquisition of Sony get past the regulators. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's actually table it just for the fun of it. Let's table it just for the fun of it. You think Microsoft can literally just buy its competitor up? Like, we got 3 major console players out there, Nintendo, Xbox, and Sony. And the company that's been consistently in 3rd place wants to buy the team in 2nd place. Yeah, that's fine. That won't be a problem. That won't raise any antitrust flags at all. Sure. Yes. Yes. Next you're going to propose that Apple's going to buy Google. Or Amazon's going to buy Google, right? Just direct competitors gobbling each other up. That'll get through. Antitrust law and regulators will be like, this seems fantastic. Like, it wouldn't even get past preliminary hearings. They'd be like, get the frick out of here. You can't buy your competitor. I can't wait for Coke to buy Pepsi. Like, come on. Just ignore Japanese law. Just do it. Just say, yeah, Japanese law is going to change because Phil Spencer's got a nice wardrobe. So they're going to change Japanese law, and then they're going to buy their competitor. And all these regulators are going to be like, this sounds fantastic. It's going to be so good for the consumer. I can't wait for Microsoft to shutter all of the competitive IPs and platforms and, hardware funnels and completely constrain and restrict the market. It's going to be wonderful. Everyone has a price. Oh, stop. Stop. There's no way. You're talking about every regulator on the globe would be upset about that. Regulators in China, Japan, the UK, the EU, everybody would be like, you can't frickin' do that. The impact that would have on the global market, like, I think some of y'all need to spend an afternoon just watching some financial videos on this. Like, step out of the gaming bubble, because all you get in the gaming bubble is, this just in, Microsoft's trying to buy Activision Blizzard, and Jim Ryan's crying like a baby. Where? So, I'm going to break it down for you right now. No, they're farming your rage. They're farming your lack of information. It's not on you to have all the information and to read court documents and PDFs that are 70 pages long. It's not on you to do that, okay? But step outside of the gaming bubble. Watch some of the financial channels. Watch some of the channels that just break down the potential financial global economic impact that this acquisition could have. And you'll realize you're buying into reductionist, mind-numbing fandom clicks. Like, they're just farming your fandom. Do you honestly think the average YouTuber that you watch that attempts to break down the Xbox Activision deal, do you honestly think they're giving you a fully orbed, holistic summary of what's going on? No. That doesn't get clicks. That doesn't get good watch time. What gets good clicks and watch time is calling Sony a hypocrite. That gets clicks and watch time. Yeah, Sony's being really hypocritical. Yeah. You sound like somebody who flunked out of community college. You'd be amazed how much the gaming news outlets have just completely ignored or failed to understand. Yeah, the scope of this deal is so massive. It's so massive, and everybody just thinks it's all about Call of Duty. It's all about, exclusives. Yo, what's good? 8Ho Trey. Nobody talking about Sony buying companies like Square Enix and Bungie? Yes, those are developers. See, right there, and this is what happens. You're repeating a talking point. That's a talking point from a YouTuber or a Reddit thread or Twitter, and it's dripping. I am not insulting you. I'm talking about the statement. So just take this as me only talking about what you typed. This is not talking about you. The statement that nobody cares about Sony buying Square Enix and Bungie, it's so drenched in ignorance. It's baffling to me because you're talking about buying developers, which happens all of the time. Microsoft bought Bethesda. Microsoft bought Moon Studios. Microsoft bought Ninja Theory, okay? Microsoft has been acquiring studios for a while, and so has Sony. And nobody has been like, oh my gosh, you can't do that. Like, buying studios is fine. Well, maybe it's fine. Microsoft seems to kind of cannibalize them and put them under really bad contractual restraints that ruins, productivity and creativity. And they took one of their best franchises and longest-standing franchises, shot it in the leg, hit it in the back of the head, and now Master Chief's laying on the ground. But that's beside the point, right? Microsoft actually right now owns more studios than Sony. No one is like, oh my gosh, you can't buy studios. Microsoft is attempting to buy a percentage, a slice of the global market. They want a slice of cloud, a slice of mobile, a slice of console, a slice of PC. It's literally, the global gaming market is one of the fastest growing economies probably in the history of economic growth. And Microsoft wants to compete by spending $70 billion. And you're like, I don't understand what the big deal is. Sony bought Bungie. It's like you're not grappling with it. It's the difference between somebody saying, I want to buy McDonald's, and somebody saying, I want to buy the franchise downtown. I want to buy that burger joint downtown. Like, the difference in scope and size is that monumental. It's that astronomically different. I would like to buy McDonald's corporate. Oh my gosh. That's a global Leviathan company. Somebody buying like a local chain of restaurants, they're not even comparable. They're not even comparable. This acquisition is so bigger and so more than like what you've read from these stupid brain dead pundits and bloggers and YouTubers who literally give it 5 seconds of thought so they can crank out a 10-minute video and farm ad revenue. They haven't looked into it. They haven't investigated it. They haven't even thought beyond just, I'm going to get people really upset about this and I'm going to call Sony a hypocrite. It is just for this reason that Reforge has stated why the deal is never going through. There's too many barriers. There's too many obstacles. Like, we're way off course here. We're supposed to be talking about the Starfield showcase predictions and why I think Starfield on PS5 is likely, because I think Pete Hines in that interview betrayed that it's on the table, because I think they're starting to look at their platform and their property differently. I do. They're trying to be a monopoly, but I mean, Disney did it by buying Fox, Star Wars, and Marvel. Yeah, but you're just doing whataboutism. Well, what about these guys? What about these guys? And honestly, if those types of acquisitions start trying to happen again, it's going to be harder to get through. I think the FTC's clamping down. Regulators are clamping down. They don't like all the consolidation. It hasn't been good for the consumer. It wasn't good when cell phone companies consolidated. It wasn't good when internet companies consolidated. It hasn't benefited you. It hasn't. Oh man, all these internet providers consolidated. Did they really build and reinvest and fix the infrastructure in America? No, it's still old, outdated garbage. We are globally embarrassing. Like, the internet infrastructure in America is embarrassing compared to the rest of the urbanized world. We look like a joke. All of our ISPs consolidated. Where's all the consumer benefit? Have prices gone down? Has quality gotten better? Have they fixed the infrastructure? All the oversold networks, oversold nodes in neighborhoods, old copper wires? Have they fixed any of that crap? No. They don't need to, because who are you going to go to? Oh, my internet service sucks and they oversold the node and it's old copper lines that they put up 20 years ago. What in the world? I'm going to take my business elsewhere. Where? Where are you going? So, with respect to the Starfield showcase, okay, I actually think there's a lot of pressure on Starfield right now Because Microsoft ain't going to look so hot in headlines this year. I don't think so. I don't think that deal's going through. I don't think the Game Pass news recently. That's why we're debating Game Pass today with Doc Dark and my man 30. That's why we're doing it. Because I definitely feel that Microsoft's in a position of like they need to make their gaming division, their gaming efforts and gaming strategy look far more respectable, because they just don't look very good right now. Now, Hi-Fi Rush, big win. Showcase in January, big win. They started out strong. They could really harm the strong start they're having. They could harm it almost instantly. They could, because if the showcase is delayed, if the game is delayed, if the showcase isn't that impressive, I think it'll 100% affect people's view of Microsoft and Xbox. Not even a Wolverine fan, and I like your shirt. Oh, thank you. Keep in mind, guys, I'm almost always wearing a shirt from 80s Tees. You can use code Lono over there. You can also use my code on Into the AM. We are partnered with them as well. If you prefer more graphic style tees, streetwear, artistic more style stuff, Into the AM, you get a 10% discount if you use my code over there. Their shirts aren't quite as expensive as 80s Tees, so my 30% discount on 80s Tees, you're going to want that. Doc said that Microsoft doesn't need to be the best in making games, says he's okay with subpar games on the Xbox platform. Oh, I'm going to be asking him about that video today, because that video hurt my soul. I love Doc. I feel like we would be friends in real life, right? I feel like we would be friends in real life, and I'm like, that video hurt my soul. I'm like, what are you saying? And what if he's right? What if he's right? Am I the only one less excited for the year of games? They started off hot with Hogwarts and Forspoken. You're less excited about what's coming? Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 16, Spider-Man 2, Street Fighter 6, Starfield, Redfall, Minecraft Legends, Forza Motorsport, Horizon Forbidden West DLC, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Armored Core. No, that's not coming this year. All right, there's no way. Oh, Zelda! I forgot Zelda! Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? That's a big year, dude. Crap, I forgot. I've been working a lot. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for, homie. Oh my gosh, it's a huge year. This is a huge year. This is it. Don't call it a comeback, right? Like, well, it is a comeback. This is gaming's comeback year. This is it. 2021, 2022, 2023, this is it. This is the year. This is the year gaming gets back on top and says, okay, rhythm of games, quality of games, let's go. Yeah, Wolong. I don't know about Avatar. I don't know. Yeah, you got PSVR 2. Yeah, Tekken 8 is this year. We are literally coming out of the shadow of 2020. Like the claws and creepy, gross shadow of 2020 and what it did to everybody, everywhere. We're coming out from underneath of that this year. Horizon Forbidden West DLC is going to stomp Redfall. That's like saying a baseball player is going to stomp on a golfer. That doesn't make any sense. That they're not related. Oh yeah. Yep. This guy's going to get so many home runs. It's going to crush that golfer over there. What? They're not related at all. I don't know a single person IRL that likes VR gaming. I think VR has a PR problem. I think it's going to take time. You got to wear something. It's expensive. People get motion sick. It's got a lot of things, right? We talking Game Pass? There he is. There he is. There's levels to this. This man's going to be on the show later. I'm telling you, it's going to be a good show. It really, really is. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be an excellent show. You guys are going to like it. We got to debate Game Pass. If you're watching on the Tickety Talk, you got to head to YouTube, Reforge Gaming, our second talk show of the day. I'm going to be debating Game Pass. A lot of information came out, right? A lot of information came out. There's levels to this. Doc, I was going to wear a tank top, but I didn't want you to be self-conscious, right? I didn't want to one up I didn't want to show you up. So I stuck with the t-shirt hoodie combo. Yeah, like dad wear. I'm kind of rocking the dad wear today. I wanted you to stand out. I wanted you to feel confident. It would have been pretty funny though if I showed up in a tank top. It would have been blinding. Oh my gosh, it would have been blinding. Like you don't want these. Just look at that. That's almost as white as the coffee bag. That'd be pretty bad. That'd be pretty bad. You guys would have to turn the brightness down on your screens. I'm so glad you decided not to blind us. I beat you to the joke. I beat you to the joke, Eugene. I beat you to the joke. Self-deprecating humor. You can't insult somebody who's dogging on themselves. Turn the HDR off. That's good. That's good. That's the look of an arm that hasn't seen the sun since the 90s. Hey, you can make fun of my light complexion all you want. There's a reason that I'm 42 and people always think I'm in my 30s. I'm telling you what. If you're light skinned like me, you have to stay out of the sun. You do. You have to stay out of the sun. It'll make you look younger. It helps you. It helps with aging, right? Can I drink your coffee if I drink a lot of caffeine? Because I want to try the coffee. You'll get more caffeine from a light roast typically. So if you go to reforgeroast.com, you can get the light roast there. Mm-hmm. I'll be on later. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Doc. Looking forward to it. I'll see you then. I held off on this one, but repackaging PT content and now using AI to generate thumbnails. Do you do anything original? Oh, that's good. That's good. I fucking hate you. Geek to Sneak with a 7-month membership. Coming in. Started my day off with some light roast. Welcome in, my man. What time? Noon. I have a Jedi Survivor video I'm going to have you guys watch first, though. I'll send you to that. I'll get everything set up with Doc and 30, and then I'll have it redirect. You guys will be able to use redirect and links and all that. Make sure you guys have that. Yeah, me a light skin, so I'm going to be a member next paycheck. Well, thank you. What's good, Uncle Brada? Well, a friend of mine here told me, he told me, he says, no, you're not white, you're light skin. I was like, oh, I guess that's a compliment. I understood it as a term of love and endearment. Apparently that's the case with me. So I'm supposed to say that I'll see you at the cookout or something like that. That's what I was told, I think. Abe says, you pale. Yeah. What's that news anchor? She's like, I so pale. And she's like, we're live right now. She's like, the weather report today downtown. She just goes right into the news broadcast. She's like, I so pale. That is so funny. Wheezy's blinded by friendship. Oh, shut up, Robert. Is the coffee whole bean or ground? It's ground. It's ground coffee. We can't afford necessarily to do whole bean right now because I buy it in bulk. Like, just so we're clear, and I know my brother memes on me for doing this, like, Reforge Roast is not a sponsor. This is our property. Like, it's in my home. My wife and kiddos bag it up and ship it to you. You get little drawings from my kids. You're not, like, buying from a sponsor. So you're directly supporting me and my family when you buy the coffee. And it ships incredibly fast. A lot of the big coffee companies out there that you might buy coffee from, there's like gaming coffee companies and stuff. It'll take them 10 to 14 days for it to show up to your house. We typically have it on your doorstep within, 3 to 5 days typically. Literally, the time you hit order, 3 to 5 days later, it's on your doorstep. Are all the bags white? No, this was actually a mistake. They're black. That was supposed to be a black bag. They took care of us. They rectified it, and we've already put it in order to re-up on our dark roast to keep ourselves stocked. Hey, Shannon decided to grab a bag of the Frickmas and a bag of the light roast. Guys, make sure if you buy the holiday blend, you're using the code GETFRICKED. You will save 20%. You will. And make sure you stick around. I have to make good on this. Every 25 members, I gift 5. We are 7 away from another batch of me owing you. Right now, I owe you 20 members. I'll owe you 25 if we get another 7 members. So you can gift members. You can jump in as a member. Click the $ at the bottom of the chat, and you can just do a membership just like that. It's real easy, or you can gift some as well. That supports the channel directly. You may have noticed if you're watching on YouTube, I've been streaming for an hour and 34 minutes, and I have not run a single advertisement, okay? Watching on YouTube with 0 advertisement interruptions, that's a huge value for the live show, and I'm able to do that because of the memberships, okay? This is not a very big channel. I don't know if you've noticed. We're only like a 25,000 sub channel, so we need those members to do this every day. High quality, high value talk shows Monday through Friday, multiple times a day. If you buy 1, you might as well buy 2. Shipping is the same. If you buy 3, you might as well buy 5. Just infinitely upsell them. Infinitely upsell them. We do ship to Canada. Yes, it's not terrible. You're going to YouTube. All right, see you over here. I mean, you could pass as one of us. How could I do that? You know? What do you mean, you people? Huh? Not to mention, with all those games we said coming out this year, none of them were JRPGs. Final Fantasy 16 will probably feel and have tons of JRPG influence. I mean, it's Final Fantasy, after all. Curious what a Tickety Talk stream looks like. It is vertical camera. It's a slice. I will probably always just stream that way over there. If somebody wants to see like the full stream, come to YouTube. I mean, that I'm just being real to all y'all over here on the Tickety Talk. I don't make money on Tiki. I don't. I mean, people support, and it's awesome, and it's super generous. One day, you know, it'll add up, and I'll cash it all out. But if you really want to support, YouTube is the place to do it. Didn't hear you say Final Fantasy 16, my bad. Yeah, that's in June. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16 is in June. So the Starfield release date, many people speculating that if Starfield releases in June, it'll be a very, very tough year because you're talking about an absolutely stacked month. It's stacked. Yo! Quintar's coming in. He's going to bump us to 128. At the end of this stream, I will gift the members that I owe you. That's an incentive to stick around. The more you watch, the more likely you get a gifted member, and I'm going to do it at the end of the stream. That's before we go over to the other stuff. YouTube is where my main support is, but Tickety Talk is where it's easier for me to be on. No, that's totally fine, Goddess. You support more than enough. You and Vengeance. Sea of Stars is coming. That's a JRPG. I've not heard of that one until just now. What's that? Who makes that one? It's a meme-ber. That's right. Zeb Luca, Firestorm, Justin Terry, Ambient Sauce, Dark Link, and Megs. And Mr. Sweden, and Modern Gaming is trash. Okay, well, there's an opinion. That's a username. Welcome back in. Returnal PC port, Digital Foundry review. It's good, but could be great. Don't forget to check your email. Heard my name. Do we need to gift members? Well, we hit 128, so I owe 25 at the end of the stream. If you guys want to keep pushing it, I believe we hit 2,000 members yesterday. We've screamed past 2,100. We may be we're almost at 2,200. We're 33 members away from 2,200. At 2,500, you guys unlock the triple header horror weekend. You already unlocked the Star Wars watch party. And then if you get all the way to 3,000 members, I got to do a Just Dance stream, which I don't want to do a Just Dance stream. That's why I made the goal so high. Will be tough. This year is stacked after the Sickie delayed so many releases, though, right? Yeah. This is kind of the deluge year. All those games that got delayed, all those games that got, pushed. Triple-headed horror. Triple-header horror. It's a mouthful. It basically means over the course of a weekend, we'll play through a horror game with you guys. We did it with The Quarry, and we did it with Until Dawn, and it was a freaking blast. Yo, Vengeance is coming in. 133 on the member count for the day. He drops a 5-bomb on chat. Travis grabs one. Make You Fade Away, K. Laughstony, Sir Muffin. You guys all got gifted members. Man, that looks so good, though, in comparison, doesn't it, Paul? Look at the lighting. Golly, it's looking good. If they could push out some, some polish patches, dude, Returnal is going to be hailed as one of the better ports. If everybody will get over the Epic Online nonsense. I actually am curious about something. Has the score bounced back at all? Hang on. Oh, what the frick? It's at an 81% now. It deserves to be in the 90s. It's still getting pulled down. It uses EOS. It doesn't use the Epic Store. It uses Epic Online Services. It uses Epic Online Services for the co-op, and everybody freaked the frick out. And they're like, it installed something for Epic, and they gave it a downvote. Lono, the new Dark Anthology game coming out soon, the space horror one. You should research maybe if you want to play that. Do you have a release date on that? That would be perfect. We love the Dark Anthology games. Those are perfect for the triple header horror weekends. They're perfect. Okay, let me schedule this. All right. I'll have to do that after. It's being weird. It's not letting me at anybody in the description. Well, let me try a brand. Yeah, there we go. It's letting me. I have to just do it brand new. I had it like pre-typed. Okay. I just want to make sure and mention them in the gaming news, Xbox news. Okay. Close out of that. All right. I'm scheduling the debate now for the Xbox Game Pass debate. It's going to be a good show. All right, go at noon. Yo, Reaper. My man Reaper's going to give some members. He drops a 5-bomb on the chat. That takes us to 138. We are now 12 away from me having to gift even more at the end of the stream. We'll have to gift even more. All right, let me set up redirect. The more you guys watch, the more likely you will get a membership, but also when you do things like smash the like button, hit subscribe. These are all ways to increase your likelihood. We should easily have 400 likes on this video. We only need about 40 more likes. Yo, Uncle Liberty's going to just bump it. He's like, I'll bump that line. I'll bump it. I'll bump it by 1. Thank you. Every little bit helps. If a bunch of people right now all just gifted one member, like a one gifted train, buddy, we could hit some insane numbers. Like, you know what I'm saying? It could just push. It's like, I believe in those trains. I think they're possible. Sorry for this personal question. Curious about this internet again. Just curious. Sure, you made a video. Hey man, like I missed some chapters. Not being a troll. Oh, Ferguson. Yeah, we just moved on. If you want to come find me on YouTube under Reforge Gaming, like we've just moved on from that era. It just wasn't worth trying to focus on convincing people of truth and facts. It was just easier to be like, you know what? Moving on. And we're now completely, totally variety gameplay coverage and variety talk show coverage. And we have a vibrant, super supportive community on YouTube. You can watch over here on the Tickety Talk, or you can watch over there on YouTube. Your streams always do well on Friday. For a while there, Fridays were a tough day for us. They were a tough day for us. Yeah. House of Ashes any good? I've not played that one. Best decision ever, brother. God bless you. Thank you. Oh no, the release window is from summer to November. Oh, that's too far away. If we hit the goal, we'll need a triple header horror game for next month. We could always start over with The Devil in Me. We only played that one time. We could start fresh with The Devil in Me. That was a fun one. That one was starting out to be pretty good. Fishing Like a Dragon has good reviews. Hey, Lazaro says, I'll help the member train out. One gifted member at a time. When you guys gift members, you don't have to do a big, huge batch like some of these crazy folks in chat. Crazy generous, that is. Thank you so much. It went to The Walk. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so now that that's scheduled, we've got a lot going on today. We got a lot going on. Chat's popping off with the likes. You guys rock. Yeah, 4,000 likes. You guys are absolutely crushing it. Let's schedule this for 11:45. And calm. And then it's going to redirect to that. Save. Schedule. I just realized this needs to redirect to the Star Wars video and not the Xbox video. There we go. And then let's do this. I'm going to have to refresh. Hey, here comes some more. Oh boy, you guys are not done yet. Holy moly. Here comes a 10 spot and a 5 spot from Detonator. The 10 spots from Quintar. That's 15. That's 155. You guys are nuts. Absolutely nuts. And a 5 spot from Misery. It's a freaking gifted member train, and it's not even singles. It's 5s and 10s. You guys are freaking absolutely nuts. We're now 15 away from another milestone of me owing you members. We're at 160 for the day with 175 within reach. Jiminy Christmas, you guys are nuts. You guys are absolutely nuts. All right, I got to schedule this redirect before I forget. You guys are distracting me. There we go. You guys are distracting me. I'm going to make a mistake. No, you guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Here, we're going to do that, and then we're going to do that. You see how many non-members we have here? I don't know, but if you don't have enough non-members in chat, it will go out and find people that have been super loyal to the channel, and they'll get an email. So don't worry. It still bases it off of loyalty. Right now, we have 2,189 members. We are 11 members away from 2,200. 2,500 is going to happen. I can feel it. I'm about to have to gift, like, I don't even know how many. What would it be? It's 20. It's 20 just for... No, I owe you 20 for the first 100, and then another 10. I owe you guys 30 right now. Jiminy Christmas. Hey, somebody ordered some coffee, a bag of the Frickmas, and he gets $4 off. Vidarian checked out some of the holiday blend. Thank you so much. J. Chris coming in with a 10 bomb of gifted members, taking us to 170. Don't you owe some from yesterday too? Oh no, that I started out yesterday morning and did 10, didn't I? Yeah, I started yesterday and did the 10. You're confusing me. You're confusing the days. I did 10 yesterday, really early on. Yeah, he does. No, I did that yesterday. I couldn't owe you 10. We hit like 100 and something yesterday. I would owe you way more than 10. I did the 10 yesterday. We hit like over 100 members yesterday. I would owe you way more than 10. I did all of that yesterday before we played Harry Potter. Before we played Hogwarts. I kicked off yesterday with 10 that I owed. I did. Promise I did. Reforge, have you been playing Metroid Prime Remastered? No, I have not. You owe us? No, I do not. I owe you for these. It's probably the most generous viewers I've seen on YouTube yet. So great to see people helping you out. I appreciate it. They're not just helping me out. They're helping you out. And there it is. 175. 175. A nice round number. 5 more from Jay Christ. Appreciate it so much. You guys are nuts. That is insane. That is an insane number. You owe us a twerking Just Dance stream? I do not owe that. No. We get the watch parties. Yeah, you got the Star Wars watch party. You're on your way. There's another one. 180 members on the day. 5 more from Reaper. 5 more from Reaper goes the Devil Hunter Chris Gomez, Hitrick Kara, Anna Ohana, and Mr. Magoo. Thank you guys so much. New world record. I actually don't know what our record is for most gifteds in a day. I can't remember. We are officially at 2,200 members. 2,209 members. At this point, I almost owe you 40. I owe you 35. I can't afford to become a member, saving money towards the Game Pass subscription. How good's the coffee? I'm intrigued. Chat, Dr. Grove would like to know how good the coffee is. Feel free to let them know. Could we get 14 more likes on the video? We are crushing it today with numbers. So close to 400 likes. We have almost 9,000 likes on the Tickety Talk. You guys are crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. If Starfield does well, I see a movie in the future. I don't know about that. The Call of Duty day when Lurker and Eknor were going at each other for almost 800. Yes. Yeah, I think it was around 800. I don't even know what happened that day. Hellish Smoker says balance acidity. So good. It's the only coffee I drink now, says D-Tom. The Frickmas blend is the best coffee on the whole planet, says Vengeance. There you go. ReforgeRoast.com. You can get a discount on the holiday blend. We're trying to work through our holiday blend. It's our most popular flavor. You can get 20% off right now, so stock up. Use code GETFRICKED. Use code GETFRICKED. Kale says it's awesome. The people in chat that are telling you how much they like the coffee, they're telling the truth. They buy it all the time. They're all repeat customers. Reforge Roast, the only coffee I drink. Been hooked for 2 or 3 years. There you go. I'm going to tell you right now why new coffee drinkers and longtime coffee drinkers like it so much. It's the balanced acidity. It has balanced acidity, which means no bitterness, no bite, extremely smooth. So if you drink it black or you drink it with creamer, it's going to be like exactly how you like it. It's so smooth. My wife doesn't even like drinking coffee from local places anymore that she used to enjoy. Hey, Dr. Grove. That's what I want to see. I get just as excited for that. That's a brand new member, not gifted. Not gifted. Where are the rest of those? Right now, if you don't have a membership, man, click that join button. Let's get some folks in here, non-gifted. Let's get the final 19 for 200. I guarantee you there's 19 people in chat right now that could do it. Just click the button. You're like, why would I spend money on YouTube? This is a live stream. No advertisements, no ads. Membership supports what we do. It gets you into the members-only Discord. It gets you into behind-the-scenes streams. It gets you into streams with my wife on Friday nights. You're not going to want to miss it. It gets you into celebrations. We got a Star Wars watch party, episode 3 next month. It gets you into triple header horror weekends. We play through scary games. So right now, you can go back and watch the Star Wars watch party of episode 1 and 2. You just queue it up with your own movie and you watch it. You can watch our full playthrough of The Quarry. You can watch our full playthrough of Until Dawn. Those are things that you get when you become a member, right? I need one more here, taking us to 182. Thank you very much, AOZ. In about 15 minutes, I'm going to gift all the ones that I owe, okay? I'm going to gift all the ones that I owe, and then I'm going to send you to a video about Star Wars, and then that video is going to send you guys to the live stream about the Game Pass debate with our first official guest, Doc Dark 1985. Oh, did somebody gift to me over here? It pairs well with all creamers. Thank you, Goddess. Hey, Zepp renewing that membership for 14 months. Can't wait for the coffee. Got my reusable K-Cups ordered. Awesome. Awesome. I hope you enjoy that. I can't remember. I have an Amazon affiliate link, and I can't remember. Yeah. That K-Cups link, I believe, supports me if you use that K-Cups link. You can also use my Amazon affiliate link in the description if you ever buy anything from Amazon. That does support me as well. You won't get a discount, but it supports me. Went off on members today. Yeah, we're 18 away from 200, which is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. February's going to be a big month, man. Detonator was 17 months, and it's a VIP membership. 25K on the way, 30K to go. That's right. We just hit 25K subscribers. 10 1,000 likes on the Tickety Talk. Man, you guys are the best. You guys are the best. And we hit 400 likes on YouTube. That's a big, big achievement on a day where we've hung out in the 400 and 500 views. That's a very good ratio, man. Thank you guys. Crushing it. PS Plus is extra, is adding tons of games for my backlog, Quarry included. How do you personally brew the coffee? Just a regular coffee machine? Yeah, just a drip coffee machine. I do 4 scoops, and I do 4 scoops to about between 15 and 16 ounces for myself. And then my wife, I do 4 scoops, and she's at about 12 or 13 ounces. So her coffee to water ratio is stronger than mine. I was here when this channel had less than 200 subs. Look at this. That's right. That's right. That was a long time ago. Hey, somebody ordered some coffee. 5 bags of dark roast to Dusty the Mad. Dusty, he's re-upping. That's a committed buyer right there. He buys on the regular. He scoops up 5 bags. That's my man right there. Thank you, Dusty, for that support. You the best. You are the absolute best. So happy the Hogwarts have been treating the stream well. Hope it continues. I hope so as well. Hey, there's another brand new one, and that's not a gifted. I wish I could throw confetti in the air for those. A brand new one to Hunter. Thanks for jumping in. Click that join button. Click that $ button at the bottom of the chat. You can jump in as a member. We got more content coming today. AOZ hitting the 7-month milestone. It's a VIP gold. That's a big one. Will we be watching you play PSVR 2 next week? Are we going to watch you with the VR gear? Yeah, we're going to try to do that. We're going to try and do that. I've ordered it. I think it's going to ship soon. They said they were going to charge my card, and that's last I saw. So, my favorite is, I think that's the most commonly first emote. That's the most commonly used first emote that people use is Lono Bald. I'm not kidding around. People become a member. And then they use Lono Bald. They love it. Play Gran Turismo 7 VR 2. Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe. I was gonna play the Horizon game. Coffee is awesome as a cold brew as well, says Quintar. Take extra work, but really good. Yes, I've heard it's good as a cold brew. Pre-ordered it as well. Mine says the 22nd to the 28th. Okay. I haven't checked my email for a shipping announcement. Have you guys got your shipping announcements already? I've not gotten mine. I got my whole we're gonna be charging you soon thing. Yeah, I still don't have an email from them about shipping. Unless the one about, hey, we're gonna charge your card soon, unless that one says it. Yeah, there's a ton of Lono Balls in chat. It just said charging soon. Oh, is your email said the same thing? Okay. If you guys are just tuning in, we were talking about the Starfield showcase predictions. I opened my show talking about the Bethesda community manager. He said in Discord they still have things to sort out before they can make an announcement about the showcase. I actually took that as a positive. I think that means the showcase is going to be far more substantive and full of new things compared to the past. Stuffing my face. We're ready in 15 or so. All right. Word. I'll have to do a new group message to include Doc. So if you missed the show open, that's what we've been talking about. We're kind of we're on that downturn of the show right now. I'm going to be sending everybody to a premiere about the Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the 5 stances. It's my reaction to all of the new info. IGN posted a brand new video last night, and I'm reacting to it. Then I'm going to have an Xbox Game Pass debate with DocDark1985 and 30 and So Gaming. It should be an amazing discussion. That'll be our second live show of the day. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do more Hogwarts today. We'll see. If we have an insane turnout for the Xbox Game Pass debate, I may try to ride that into gameplay because I'm really been enjoying playing Hogwarts with you guys. But I like going in the weekend with a strong showing. I love Reforge Roast Coffee. It's truly spoiled me, says Goddess. Thank you so much for that, for saying that. Yeah, streams with Madam are awesome. Yes, tonight, if you're a new member, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll be having some drinks and some laughs, members only, and we'll be playing some Hogwarts. My wife has been playing through as a Ravenclaw, and it's adorable and fun and hilarious. I'm an old viewer. I fell off when Outriders got stale. Oh, that's a long time ago. Thank you. I appreciate you coming back around. I vaguely remember. Did you play with me? I feel like you played with me. You and Demetrius and Victor and Vinny? Maybe? I'm having a hard time remembering all the names of the people that I played with back then. How does the PlayStation controller feel? I'm debating getting one. It's a little heavy. But it's comfortable and I like it. I was a member back in the D2 days. Just found you again. Yeah, a lot of people from that era are finding me again, and we welcome you back in. I hope you enjoy the new thing that we're doing. I hope you enjoy the coverage. I hope you get plugged in, get in the Discord, play with people. We still have a bunch of people here that play Destiny. I obviously don't cover it anymore, but we hope that you enjoy your stay. I was just active in chat, mostly Q&A and stuff. Okay. I remember. Okay. I don't remember you then. I hate to say that, but I don't. Hunter's a little... Did you have a different name back then? Because Hunter's a little, it's not, super unique as a name. Because, some people's names are either their actual names or, stuff like Zubair. Same here. We interacted on the Tickety Talk a little bit. I always wondered where you went. I'm so glad to have found you again. Listen, I've said this a handful of times. I know for a lot of people it seemed like I disappeared into the ether because I didn't have a way of announcing anything on Purple. I couldn't be like, hey, here's where I'm going and here's how you can find me, because it was just gone. And then obviously we had to abandon the really big YouTube channel. It's still getting uploads and stuff, but we couldn't live stream over there anymore because, we could no longer cover Destiny. So it just made it impossible. So we moved to this channel in September of 2021. And it's just been an amazing experience to just rebuild, rebrand, do something completely new. In my opinion, we're doing something far better and far more enjoyable for me and far more enjoyable for the audience. We're no longer that unidimensional one game channel, Oh, you watch Upper's video? Yeah. All these people glad to have found you. I can't get rid of him. World is funny. Oh, shut up. You love me. You love me. Guys, we got 5 minutes, and I'm going to need to make good on this. We got 5 minutes. We need 17 more for 200. If you want to hit it, you're going to have to hit it fast, okay? Because in about 5 minutes, I got a gift, and then I got to send you to the premiere, and then I got to do the talk show, the debate with Doc Dark and 30 and So Gaming. You know what's good, and now your mama knows? Not to hear rehash, but the D2 stuff was so sad. Always loved your format and style of content creation. Hey, man, we empathize and we definitely sympathize with that feeling of sadness. I felt it probably far deeper than anybody, but I understood where people were coming from. It was a daily ritual. It was a great place to talk about the game and to hash out all the problems, potential fixes, etc. I get it. At some level, I miss it, but at some levels, I don't. There's good and bad that have come from it, and I think that the tide has turned into mostly good as time has gone on. The good is outweighing the bad at this point. Light always wins, truth always wins, and I think that's what we've proven on this channel. This community has shown that, I think, undeniably. Some modders are playing around with the D1 port to PC using a PS3 emulator right now. It's rough. The best or worst part is that they have nothing to do with it. Yeah, well. I actually stopped playing that game when you did. I know for some people that happened. They didn't have that catalyst for enjoyment. They didn't have that catalyst of connection anymore. And I get that. I do. Happy to see you successful in doing what you love. Glad everything's going so well. Yeah, we're still not out of the woods yet. It's been 3 years, and we're still, we're still climbing out of losses. We still are. But we are definitely on an upward swing, and it feels really, really good. We are definitely on an upward swing. What's the too long didn't read on the Starfield predictions and expectations? I'll give it to you. Starfield Showcase. I believe they will give the date of the showcase and some new stuff to the press in early March. There's a private press event early March. I believe the showcase will then land either late March or April. If it doesn't land late March or April, it's going to land in June, which means Starfield will then release around October. Has been my prediction. I've been predicting a Starfield release date of 10/10/23. I think it looks good, sounds good. It's a good month. It's not as jam-packed as June is. June is just full. It is full. So But if it lands in June, the game's release date, then they're going to need to do the showcase in late March or April. That's what we've been talking about today. Will Doc Dark wear a sleeve shirt when he gets here? I'm not sure. The worst part is as soon as they're done with the port, Bungie's going to shut it down. Yeah, probably. Happy to see you still vibing. Thank you. I was mostly sad because you had just bought your new house. I'm a dad too. Couldn't imagine the stress. Well, yeah. I had stress-induced acne. I had blood pressure issues. I ended up in the hospital. I'm still to this day on medication because the stress and the anxiety is still very present. But still in therapy. Still strongly advise people to do therapy, to see somebody, to talk to somebody. Work your issues out. Process things. In 2 months, I'll have been seeing this therapist for 5 years. 5 years, half a decade of improving my mental health. My wife and I go on the regular, and it's been 5 years. So, what do you go by still? Lono? Yeah, you can call me Lono. Some people now feel free to call me Lucas. I don't care if people use my real name. It might be awkward for people, and I don't care about that. Was that because it was just after you left, went into a linear sleeper DPS meta, and I know you love sleeper? Yeah, I don't care about that, though. Lono has had to cut stream short because of it. Yeah, I've had to cut stream shorts because of the blood pressure. Is the guy in the suit for your thumbnail you? Yes, that's me in the thumbnail. Do you like that? Oh, we gotta go. All right. Hang on. I owe you, shoot. I owe you 35 members. Dadgummit. Hang on. I owe you 35. I'll do a 10. I'll do a 20 and a 10, and I'm gonna do 5 during the talk show. How about that? I'm going to do a 20 and a 10, and I'm going to do 5 gifteds during the talk show with Doc Dark and Mike, all right? I'm going to do a 20 and a 10. There's your 20. Here comes your 10. All right? Here comes your 10. All right. I got to send you guys to this premiere. It's about to start. Okay? Listen. This is going to send you to a premiere. It's my reaction to Star Wars Jedi Survivor combat stances. Enjoy all those memberships. Stick around. It's going to redirect you, right? It's going to redirect you. If you don't want to ride the redirect, use the link in chat. Then that video will send you to the talk show with Doc Dark. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. More content on the way. Y'all are the best.